going forward, as a person who uses lean in a creative way, I'd like us to actually focus our efforts over here. And what I call invention is the mother of necessity thinking. Invention is the mother of necessity thinking means that we are going to address changing customer needs. Because think about it, as soon as this pandemic started, we all saw how quickly customer needs change. Nobody wanted to go to the store. Nobody could go to the store. All of a sudden, people are ordering things like crazy, even more than they did. Over here, Target and Walmart now are offering 2-hour delivery of anything that you want. Businesses that didn't have takeout for their restaurant now are offering all of those things. We need to be able to address changing customer needs, and we also need to be able to create those changing customer needs. Just like when I was growing up, I didn't know this was going to exist. The truth is, I can't live without this now. I sleep with this beside my bed, as I'm sure any others of you do. So, how instead of just working to solve already known problems do we use lean to actually create customer change, create those customer needs which we now can fill the niche for? Think about all of those businesses who, as soon as the pandemic started, changed from what they were doing. Fashion houses started to make PPE instead of women's clothing and sewing face masks. Think about all of those different places that used all different products that they had to make hand sanitizer. They might have made perfume before, right? But they could change on a dime. And what we need is, instead of convergent thinking, which we all are used to and practice often, and especially in the lean world, what we really need to switch to is what I'm going to tell you is divergent thinking. So I always make the funnel this way, right? Wild and crazy ideas, as many as possible. And then what we need to do, because remember, change means doing things differently. We actually need to try out each one of those ideas, because we're not going to know how it works until we put it in reality. So, very quickly, how do we do that? How can we switch our thinking from the let's fix a problem that's already happened to let's be creative and go forward? Because most people I know don't think that they're very creative. So it's really simple, and I'm going to teach you this, and I'm going to send you a picture of this so you can use it. In Toyota Way to Service Excellence and Lean, we always start with purpose. And when I say purpose, we need to know where we're going, the target, what is going to happen. So if you want to create something for a customer, or you want to try a new thing, the first thing is to say, what should be happening? What is it that we want to create? Here's our target. Then what I want you to do is go to every person involved in creating that. You can use this at home too. It works really good for personal goals that you want to reach too. And write down the long list of all of the reasons in your mind you believe you can't. You have to talk to every person in the process. The first operator says, oh, that is impossible. We cannot create this cell phone in 2 hours because list all the I can'ts. Go to the next person. That's impossible. We can't do it because of all these I can'ts. Then, once you get out what I call the long list of I can'ts, because, you know, if you think in your mind you can't do something, you absolutely can. As Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are right. Once you get them all down on paper, circle one. Then put together a whole team of people, all from different backgrounds, different experiences, and start to brainstorm all of the ideas of how you could. And then you know what you need to do with each one of those ideas? Do not put them on a pick chart. You do not know whether one is better than the other until you try it out. What you need to do is make a little schedule and find a quick, easy way to test each one and see what happens. Does it get you closer to your target? Oh, great. Let's keep doing that. Might get you farther away or might not get you anywhere. Then that's great because you've learned that something that you thought was going to work actually doesn't work like you think it does. The world is unbelievably complex and complicated. So 3 different things that you can do for all these how could we's. Divergent thinking. That means ask people to think of as many ideas as possible. Then try them out. Second is what I call and versus either or thinking. Either or thinking has to do again with that pick chart. Oh, we could do this or we could do that. And then you choose the one or the 2 you're going to do. What happens to the other 98 you got? Well, maybe we wasted 98 perfectly good ideas. What happens to the people who gave you those 98 ideas that you didn't choose? They don't really feel very good, do they? I'm sure we've all had this happen to us before when we've given our idea and the rest of the people in the room are just rolling their eyes or crossing their arms. Does it make you ever want to give your idea again? It's not kind, is it? If we don't try out people's ideas, that is not the respect for people that Lean asks us to have. And the third is synthesis. Creativity is not something that we need to do on our own. It's something that works best when we work with people from all different diverse perspectives. Because I have a part of an idea and I say, oh, we could do this. Well, Lee, then you say, oh, that's really cool. Because it sparks something in your brain from your experience. You say, oh, I know, we could also do this. And then the third person says, oh, and we could also do something like this. The amazing thing about being in this pandemic and a lot of us working virtually is now we have the ability to come together with people from all over the world, from diverse perspectives and backgrounds. That's only going to help our creativity. So we can create everything we need and figure out everything we need to do simply by figuring out why we can't, all the reasons in our mind, using our 3 elements of creativity, which is what I call this, listing all the ways we could, trying out one. If you tried out one idea a day in a small way, just think about the progress you will have made towards your target in 5 days. And not only is this a really creative way to use Lean, it's actually really kind.